If long-range missiles are going to be applied from Ukraine into Russian territory, it will also mean that they are operated by American experts, military experts. And we will be taking this as a qualitatively new phase of the Western war against Russia, and we'll react accordingly.
So many prophets was coming out, y'all, before the election saying that they seen Kamala winning, that they did not see Trump in office, and this is possibly why. Although he was elected president, if the move that Biden just made put us in a situation where we will be seeing WW3, this is why those prophets seen what it is they were seeing, okay? So some of us might be owing them an apology.
Will mean the direct participation of the United States and its satellites in hostilities against Russia. In this case, Russia's response will be adequate and tangible. Let me know if we go to World War III, is there some, because I hear this, you hear some stuff on TikTok, right? You hear these people talking on TikTok, but what do they really know? If we go to World War III, does Biden and the current administration stay in office? Because you've had these, these prophets talking about, that could happen. And then Biden passes away and then Kamala Harris is president. Is that actually how it works? Because I don't know at this point. There's so much information being floated on TikTok, on X, on YouTube. It's like, I don't even know what to believe anymore. All right, y'all. So it hasn't even been a week since Trump and Biden sat down in the White House, and Biden told Trump that this was going to be a smooth transition. Hasn't even been a week. And now Biden has authorized, for the first time in 2 years, he's authorized the use of U.S. missiles in order to strike Russia. And now there's a whole bunch of mixed opinions about this. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I am the most educated on the political and the ramifications from a war standpoint and all this type of stuff. But I mean, it doesn't take a dummy to realize, like, hey, Trump is about to enter into office. The American people, they have chose Trump because he has been advocating for peace, that he's going to end the war in 24 hours, as he has stated multiple times. And this is something that the majority of Americans want. So why would you, knowing that Trump is about to enter into office, why would you further agitate Russia and make those peace talks even more difficult in an attempt to potentially sabotage Trump's second term before it even gets started? Now, depending on who you ask, a lot of people on the left, a lot of commentators on the left that I've been seeing, they're saying that this is not even really a big deal, that this essentially came about because North Korea deployed troops to Russia in order to fight Ukraine. And Biden felt like, that was threatening to the point that he had to authorize this for the first time in 2 years. But ultimately, this is not going to make a huge difference because these weapons are essentially just in place to prevent North Korea, the Korean troops that are, in Russia, from further attacking the Ukrainians, which, listen, no matter how you look at it, it seems like a very interesting move to make, especially the timing of the move, knowing that Joe Biden's presidency is going to come to an end, right? Now, Cenk Uygur from the Young Turks had a very strong take about this, and I actually agree with him. Let me play this.
A last-minute escalation on your way out, other than to say, don't get it twisted. The Democratic Party now loves war. Joe Biden, our standard bearer, loves war. And we'd like to lose further elections because the American people hate war, but we're the new neocons. So congratulations, Joe Biden, for screwing the Democratic Party and the American voters one more time.
So it's we Obama, we were in war, right? Biden, we're in war. Under Trump, Ukraine was not invaded. Am I correct? There was peace in that region. I don't understand the timing, other than the fact that they're salty because of a Trump victory, right? Now, a lot of, well, not a lot, but actually a lot of quote unquote, prophets have come out and they said that they saw Kamala Harris in the White House and not Trump. And I've even, said this as well on my channel. I said it's much easier for me to see Kamala Harris as the next president as opposed to Donald Trump, simply based on the fact that the left is so fearful that if Trump gets into office, that will be the last election that we'll have. We've heard that rhetoric so many times, that if Trump gets into office, he's going to essentially use this term to go after all of his enemies, all the people who went after him. He's going to return that back to them. And they were so terrified of the possibility of Trump getting in. In my mind, I was like, I could much more see Kamala Harris in office because of all those reasons and then some than Donald Trump. And now this conversation is starting to come up again. And I don't know exactly how this works, but let's just say, hypothetically, if we went to war, World War III specifically, I'm not sure how that works. Would the current administration, under some emergency act, would they be able to retain power, or would it still be transferred to Donald Trump? I'm not sure, but I saw this video and I found it interesting and I want to play it.
A lot of you are not going to like what I'm about to say, but somebody has to say it. The last 4 years under the Biden administration has been the most destructive years in American history. Biden said on national television a few days ago with President Trump and told him that this was going to be a peaceful transition. But yet, a few days after that interview, you gave Ukraine authorization to use U.S. military missiles in order to strike inside of Russia. I told y'all on my video a few days ago that side, the left, has been very quiet, and this is possibly why. So many prophets was coming out, y'all, before the election saying that they seen Kamala winning, that they did not see Trump in office, and this is possibly why. Although he was elected president, if the move that Biden just made put us in a situation where we will be seeing WW3, this is why those prophets seen what it is they were seeing, okay? So some of us might be owing them an apology. All I'm going to say after this is, Joe, you did it. You finally did it, Joe.
Look, I don't know about the apologies quite yet, but I do think that the conversation is very interesting. It is. It is. And it seems like it's a setup against Trump. That's what it feels like. That's what it seems like. As I said, I don't know the exact political ramifications if we were to go into a World War III. I don't know what that would look like. I don't know if there's some emergency act that would, force the current administration to stay. I don't know what that looks like. But it's an interesting conversation. Now, Russia has already put out a statement. And, once again, depending on what media outlet you subscribe to, you're going to get a mixed opinion to this statement. Some people believe that this is all bluff, that they would never use nuclear power, against us or against any other, country that they would, assume to be their enemy. Other people say it's much more likely. There's another, narrative floating out there that, Russia would just ramp up their collaboration with, Iran and North Korea and with China in order to get back at us because of this move. I don't know. However you want to interpret it, let me play the response that Russia gave to this whole situation.
If long-range missiles are going to be applied from Ukraine into Russian territory, it will also mean that they are operated by American experts, military experts. And we will be taking this as a qualitatively new phase of the Western war against Russia, and we'll react accordingly. As regards Trump's position on Ukraine, I cannot guess. He said that he is a president of peace, not the president of war. People, politicians in particular, who declare that they prefer peace to war, deserve support, I think, in general.
So it's encouraging from the standpoint that he said, presidents who advocate for peace deserve support. However you want to take that, with Trump coming in saying that he is advocating for peace. Maybe they can see that this is just, maybe they understand that this is the current administration continuing down the path that they've been on this whole time, and that they understand that there's going to be, Trump coming into office and things are going to look much different. Maybe they're going to have patience, or maybe they won't. Who knows? Who knows? This is a statement from the Russian Foreign Ministry. They said any such move would radically change the essence and nature of the conflict. Kyiv's use of long-range missiles to attack our territory will mean the direct participation of the United States and its satellites in hostilities against Russia. In this case, Russia's response will be adequate and tangible. That's the statement from the Russian Foreign Ministry. So what exactly is Biden doing? And I don't know if he ever used the word peaceful when they sat down. I'm not sure if he ever used that exact verbiage when they actually sat down, but I know that he said that he was looking to have a smooth transition, and that they were looking forward to having, a smooth transition. I don't know if he ever used the word peaceful. He might have, but I know for sure that he said a smooth transition. So I don't know exactly what he means by that. Smooth for who? Smooth for who? I don't know. We'll see what happens. But it's a crazy move, but it's not necessarily surprising. It's something that I would expect. It's something I would expect. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let me know what you think. Get in my comments, like this video. Let me know if we go to World War III, is there some, because I hear this, you hear some stuff on TikTok, right? You hear these people talking on TikTok, but what do they really know? If we go to World War III, does Biden and the current administration stay in office? Because you've had these, these prophets talking about, that could happen. And then Biden passes away and then Kamala Harris is president. Is that actually how it works? Because I don't know at this point. There's so much information being floated on TikTok, on X, on YouTube. It's like, I don't even know what to believe anymore. So y'all let me know your understanding of what would happen in that scenario. All right, I'm out.